Hello students, again I welcome you to the virtual classes of our school, Saraswati Shishu Kunj, Bagwala Borsad, Standard 9th, subject English. Today's topic for our discussion is second lesson, and into that we are discussing about the second part, which talks about the life of Bismillah Khan. So as we already know that Bismillah Khan is a Shehnai player. Not only that, but also he is very well known Shehnai player as far as the India is concerned. How he started playing Shehnai, we already have discussed it, and today we will see something more about his life. But before we start, firstly let us have some previous discussion about this second part. So the lesson opens with the introduction of the pungi, that King Aurangzeb banned the playing of pungi in the whole empire. And what is the reason behind it? That the music, the sound played by the pungi was not very, you can say that fabulous, or in other words, we can say that it was an unpleasant sound, and that's why King Aurangzeb banned the playing of pungi. But one of the barbers of the royal court decided that something should be changed in the pungi, and he came with a change, and after that pungi was named into Shehnai, and this is how the pungi turned into Shehnai, and then after it has taken place in the musical instruments of the royal court. After that, we come to know about one more thing, that is the central character of this lesson, Bismillah Khan. When Bismillah Khan was of 6 years, at that time he was connected with the musical instruments. We can say something like this. Why? Because the family background of Bismillah Khan was totally of musicians, and that's why somehow he was connected. As he grew younger, we know that he started to accompany his uncle. His name was Ali Baks, and both went to the ghat of Ganga river, where Ali Baks would play the Shehnai. Not only that, but along with his uncle, Bismillah Khan was also there, and he was noticing, we can say that he was learning how to play on the Shehnai. So this is how we can say that from the early age he was interested in music. Not only that, but also he used to play how to play Shehnai. Not only that, but also he learned so many things from his maternal uncle and paternal uncle both. Why? Because their musical background is like this. So till here we have discussed. Now today we are continuing with our next paragraph. The last paragraph that we have discussed, that is the 5th paragraph, into which we come to know something about the life of Bismillah Khan. Now let us discuss something more about his life and see what is there in his life, how he became the great Shehnai player and everything. So let us start. So we are starting the 6th paragraph. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to Allahabad Music Conference. So it was his daily task to accompany his uncle on the ghat of Ganga river, but when he turned at the age of 14, it is a great thing that we can hear what happened with Bismillah Khan, that he accompanied his uncle to Allahabad Music Conference. So it is the time when he started to accompany his uncle even in the music conferences. At the end of the recital, Ustad Faizan Khan patted the young boy's back and said, so after the conference was over, what happened? one Ustad was there. His name was Fayaz Khan. He patted the young boy's neck. Patted, that means to encourage him. Shabasi api in Gujarati. Okay. Young boy's back and said, what he said, work hard and you shall make it. And the words that has been said by Ustad was like this, that work hard and you shall make it. So in order to get something, what is needed, that is working hard. If you are work hard, definitely the success will kiss your forehead. That is the main thing. And that thing has been told by that Ustad, that if you want to achieve something, you will have to work hard for it. And even this is the message that is for you also, that if you really want something, you have to work hard, otherwise nothing is going to happen. With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1931, now All India Radio, now it was the time before independence, and at that time we can say that no ways of entertainment were there. Only one thing was there, and that is radio. So here see what happens in 1938 in All India Radio, and that is in Lucknow, Bismillah's big break. Why big break? Big break, that means he had done something great. And what was that? See, he soon became an often heard Shehnai player on the radio. So suddenly he became the often heard, that means again and again. If I talk about the recent scenario of 2019, Arjit Singh was there, that he was the often heard singer on the radio. But if I talk about 1938, the only person who was often heard, who was that? No one but Bismillah Khan. So here we come to know about his success. Why? Because if a person has done something, only then it is possible that people are going to listen him, people are going to heard him, and that is the thing that has been done by Bismillah Khan. We come to know here that he has that much success in Shehnai playing that he became the often heard Shehnai player on the radio. So this is what we call success. Now let us see what happens in the 7th paragraph. When India gained independence on 15th of August 1947, so it was the time of independence when India is getting, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. So it was at this time that he greeted the whole Indian nation with his Shehnai. It was nothing but it is a kind of enjoyment, it is a kind of we can say that celebration that has been done by whom? Bismillah Khan. Not only that, but he was the first person to greet the whole nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Rag Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So the Shehnai was played from the Red Fort, that is in Delhi, including the legend of our independence, that is Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Tryst with Destiny speech. So this speech has been given by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Why? Because definitely it was that date when India got independence. So this is how Bismillah became very popular. No doubt he was popular already, and that's why he got a chance to play Shehnai on the very big day, that is the Independence Day. So this is how Bismillah Khan became a great Shehnai player. Now see what happens. Bismillah Khan was given many memorable performances both in India and abroad. Okay, so now he has become a very great Shehnai player. That's why what we can see here, that he has given many memorable performances in India as well as in abroad also. Okay, now if I talk about abroad, you know that many musical instruments are there, but though these classical instruments were also liked by people. So that is nothing but a great success. His first trip abroad was Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. So see what happens here. The first country that he visited, that was Afghanistan, into which the King Zahir Shah was ruling over. Now here is a new word, that is a maestro. Maestro, that means something very important, something very precious. So what happens to Bismillah Khan, that after listening to him, the king himself gifted some priceless Persian carpets, it means very costly, and other souvenirs. Now souvenirs, that means things given into memory, that is known as souvenir. Just a minute. Again I am repeating, what is souvenirs? That is things given in the memory of a place, person or event. Now this gift has been given by the king himself to the Bismillah Khan, and there must be reason. And what was the reason? The reason was that the king was impressed by the playing of Shehnai of Bismillah Khan, and that's why he has gifted some very precious things to him. The king of Afghanistan was not only one to be fascinated with Bismillah's music. So he was not only the one king who was enjoying, fascinated, that means very entertaining, very enjoyable. So he was not only the one king who enjoyed the playing of Shehnai by Bismillah Khan, but many are there. See, film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed. So even the film director was also impressed, and the name is Vijay Bhatt, that after hearing Bismillah play at festival, that he named a film after the instrument called Gunj Uthi Shehnai. So even that much he was impressed that he also has given a name to a film like Gunj Uthi Shehnai after listening to Bismillah Khan. So what it shows nothing but it shows the great success of Bismillah Khan, his mastery over playing Shehnai. Now see what happens next. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's composition, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be national-wide chartbuster. So after that, one chartbuster was, now you know that what is called chartbuster, that means a record breaker. A record breaker was that a composition of Bismillah Khan, which is named as Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, very old kind of song is there, which was composed by him. And it was like a nationwide chartbuster. It means very popular, you can say that record breaking. Despite this huge success in the celluloid world, that means old fashioned way of referring to films, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two. What was there? Vijay Bhatt's Gunj Uthi Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture, that is Sanadi Apna. So these are the two popular work of Bismillah Khan if we talk about the films, okay? If we talk about the film or everything. Now see what says, I just can't come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. Now as we talk about the film world, lots of glamour is there, lots of money are also there. But here he is telling to us that I am not going to be, here see, take his words, his own words, that I just can't come to terms with the artificiality. So I am not going to come into the artificiality and glamour of the film world. So here we come to know about one thing, that he wanted to be natural, he wanted to be gifted as he is already. Going ahead, awards and recognition came thick and fast. So as he became very popular, you can see here that he came with lots of awards and recognition. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Central Hall in the United States of America. So he was the very first musician who was invited by the United States of America and to give the performance at the prestigious Lincoln Central Hall. He also took part in the World Exposition of Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So even if we talk more about it, he also has taken part into World Exposition in Montreal and as well as Cannes Art Festival, that is in Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him. So even in outer countries, one auditorium was named after him. Why? Because the person of that country was impressed by Bismillah Khan, and that's why he finally named the auditorium like Tehran after him. Tahar Mosik Ustad Bismillah Khan. This is his full name. Okay, Tahar Mosik Ustad Bismillah Khan. So this is nothing but we can say that the success of Bismillah Khan. Now today we stop here, and in our next video we will continue the remaining lesson. So friends, today we have discussed about how Bismillah Khan became a great Shehnai player not only in India but also in abroad countries. He became a very well-known Shehnai player. If we talk about his awards, still we haven't discussed, but as you already know that he got the highest degree of award, that is Bharat Ratna. So another message that today we are getting from it is, if you want something, if you want to achieve something in your life, what you have to do, that is hard work. Only hard work is the option, otherwise nothing is going to be happen with your life. If you are living your regular life, that means wake up, eat and sleep, then nothing is going to happen with you. So in order to get something, you will have to work hard and you will have to determine for that thing. So I hope that you got the message of today, and in our next video we will continue with the remaining lesson. Thank you. Meet you soon.